and as The Varied Lives of Hot Jupiters shows, they can start their journeys in the outer reaches of a system and drift in, or spin placidly far from their primary. It's lucky for us that the gas giants of our system stayed put. In Section 4, we get to the real oddballs. They may be remnants of gas giants whose atmospheres were stripped away, as in the piece The Bones of Giants, or have alien chemistries. Some trace their course around white dwarfs, the results of a second generation of planets forming around old stars. But is there life out there? That's the focus of the 5th section. Prospects look good in one sense. There are billions of planets. But how often does life arise, and how tenacious is it? In Anybody Home, John Matson outlines the search for the chemical signatures that scientists think are telltale signs that we're not the only living things in this part of the universe. Of course, no collection would be complete without a look at getting to those worlds we found, and the challenge encompasses both technology and the way we build societies, and even our biology. It won't be like the visions we see in science fiction. It will be stranger, wonderfully so. Jesse Emspak, book editor. Section 1. Exosearch. A Plentitude of Planets by John Matson. The next time you look up at the night sky and find yourself marveling at the number of stars overhead, know that you are only seeing part of the magnificent bounty that our galaxy holds. Most of those Milky Way stars are not isolated orbs. Rather, an average star has at least one planetary companion, invisible to the naked eye, and in most cases as yet unseen by telescopes, according to a new analysis. That extrasolar planets should be even more common than stars, which themselves seem innumerable, lends support to the hope that somewhere up in the night sky, circling one of those stars, is a world like Earth, where life may have had a chance to take root, and maybe even have evolved into an intelligent form. The analysis of planetary frequency in the Milky Way appeared in Nature. Scientific American is part of Nature Publishing Group. The researchers, led by astronomer Arnoux Casson of the Paris Institute of Astrophysics at Université Pierre and Marie Curie, used a small sample of planetary discoveries to infer the size of the overall planetary population. Extrapolating from a few known planets and the relatively low probability that each of those planets should be detectable from Earth, the researchers found that each star is home to an average of 1.6 planets. The process is a bit like estimating the average number of children in a typical family by peering into a handful of random homes, counting the number of children in view, and estimating how many more are at school or otherwise out of sight. As such, the planetary demographics are still rudimentary. Given the small number of statistics, the actual average could be closer to 1 planet per star, or it could be well over 2 planets per star. But the general ubiquity of extrasolar planets, which other astronomical campaigns have also suggested in recent years, seems unassailable. This is not a surprise, but it's a really interesting thing to know, says astronomer Scott Gowdy of The Ohio State University, who did not contribute to the new research. Perhaps most encouraging is the finding by Casson and his colleagues that the frequency of planets rises as the mass of those planets decreases. Large planets akin to Jupiter are relatively rare. Mid-sized planets, such as Neptune, are present around roughly 50% of stars, and small planets just 5 to 10 times the mass of Earth are even more numerous than that. Planets are common, and low-mass planets are as common as dirt in some sense.